The big guys are taking over. George Soros, or at least the CEO of his fund, she's saying something very interesting. Crypto is ripe for traditional finance takeover. So that's Dawn Fitzpatrick, and she's saying that crypto is here to stay and that this is an opportunity for traditional finance to take the lead, and that Binance and Coinbase simply just have issues because they didn't have an adult in the room. If this was really just management neglecting existing regulations, it very much looks like the rules, or the lack thereof, was an intended plan potentially to weaken the incumbents, so the Coinbases and Binances of this world, in order to help then the George Soroses and the BlackRocks of this world to accumulate Bitcoin for cheap. So here's the George Soros money ready to take over, ready to invest in institutions that segregate client assets properly. Let's see how much commitment they actually will put in the space. Soros has 80 billion to deploy. This would definitely move the markets quite a bit, even for a heavyweight such as Bitcoin. So let's keep watching what the big guys are doing, but let's not get too distracted by this either. Bitcoin adoption is growing steadily. We are not dependent on traditional finance to support. There are even risks in this. Here, look at this growth curve. This is the number of wallets that hold at least one Bitcoin. This is pretty much steadily increasing, right? This is this orange line over here. Barely any significant drops. Bitcoin is one of the few assets you can simply just buy, put in a wallet, and then forget about it for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And it's very likely with that increased adoption that the fiat valuation will be higher if you just give it enough time. There are ups and downs. There are drops of 70%, 80%, but that's all just short-term noise. Over the very long term, inflation of fiat is higher than the mining of Bitcoin. And this will, despite all of the volatility, increase the Bitcoin price over the long term. So Bitcoin shouldn't necessarily be used for speculation. You can ride the waves, but you don't have to. Bitcoin is a very good vehicle to simply just save in, to buy in every month, and to protect your purchasing power from government overreach and from inflation.